Right then, welcome back to part 10, would you believe? Christmas special, 24th of December 1997. Well, 2012. But all the Man City fans in the background with their blue Father Christmas outfits on. Very festive. So, if you remember rightly, we'd come off a pretty decent run. We'd beaten Barnet, Gillingham, drew with Torquay, but I think we went long ball right at the end, didn't we? And got a pretty late goal from Pete. So that was a good point. And then we had the friendly against Messina, which we also won. So, yeah, a good little video, that one. And we gave a lot of people a run out, which was good. Now, what I've done, I've put TG Apuleius and Hygiene76 back into the B squad because we've brought back Alan and Sean Sidious. Now, Sean is suspended for a game starting on the 3rd, but I thought, knowing me, I'll forget to put him back into the squad. So if I just do it now, and then we're all right. Now, if you also remember, we had 2 injuries. The first one, which was pretty harsh, was to Carl. And when he picked that injury up, which was around about 4 or 5 weeks ago, it was for 7 months. But you'll now see that 5 months is expected to be out. This is never exact. It's always an approximation. So 5 months is good because it should really be 6. So obviously he's making a good recovery there. And what this means is that there's actually quite a good chance that he could be fit for the last maybe game of the season. And you could say, all right, big deal. He comes back for the last game. But he was almost a certainty to be out for the season. So there's a slim chance he could be back now. And as for Interghost, well, Adam's got 6 weeks left. Again, that could be sped up by a week. But obviously he's not going to be back anytime soon, so that's why I've put him, or kept him, in the B team. So, like I say, did well last time. This time we've got Plymouth at home in the league. They're not doing too good. We've got Bournemouth in the Auto Windscreen Shield, Bristol Rovers at home in the league, and AFC Wimbledon away. So let's have a quick look to see where Bristol Rovers and Wimbledon are. Oh God, none of them are there. So this really... we should get some good results here. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, there we are. There's Bristol Rovers 19th. AFC Wimbledon 16th. Plymouth 21st. So, do you know what? I would like to think we would get a minimum of 6 points. Now, to get a minimum of 6 points from 3 games, obviously I'm taking into account we may lose one of them. Which I hope we don't do. It'd be great to get 9 points, obviously, like maximum points. But, yeah, if we can take 6 or maybe even 7, 2 wins at home and a draw, that'll be good. But like I say, if we get at least 6, and we should get 2 wins against 3 teams in the bottom half of the table. So, but in saying that, I mean, look at AFC Wimbledon on 34 points. And they're not that, well, then again, not that far off the playoffs if all the results went for them. Let's stop making excuses. We should beat them. Right then, so Plymouth Argyle. We should really win this. Let's see. Ah, that's right. So we basically fielded a bit of a reserve team and a few first teamers as well. So let's take everyone off and essentially start again. And then we'll look at our last league match. So yeah, the Messina game was a friendly. So yeah, I'll take these performances into account. But really, let's look at this one. This was the last league game, the one of, major importance. Nice batch of yellow cards there, and of course the token red card. So straight away, let's look at the 6s and we'll take them out. So Den will come out, Stu out, Adam, Crash Test, and Lukey Wookie. Leave them out. They got a 6. It's not the worst rating in the world, but like I say, I always like a 7, really. If it's a 7, happy with that. Anything below a 7, kind of in contention to come out of the team. So let's go ahead and pick one. Right. So we'll stick Alan back in goal. We'll have Karen on the bench. How's Mark doing? Average. Dave's good, but he can also play at centre-back. Riddler. Let's start with Riddler. Christmas present. Hasn't played that much. Left-back, Darren. Very good, so he may well come in. Then again, very low morale, so in that case, let's put Martin in. Chris Marder Games is doing pretty well. What about Ben? Very good, right, so that's that one sorted. average for Pompey Games Room. Let's put Chris on the bench. We'll put Adam on the bench. Add foot 1. Sean can play in this. Like I say, suspension starts 3rd of January. Right, so he's going to miss the... Or will he miss the Bournemouth game? Or will he miss the Bristol Rovers game? I'm not sure if the suspension is domestic league games only. We'll soon find out. We'll... how have we been doing for goals lately? Crash test game. I tell you what. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Crash test gaming. We'll put Pete up front. He's starting to score a few goals again. We'll put Richard on the bench. And... oh, what am I doing? Last league game. So, yeah, Christie, 7. Okay, so... bring myself in. And then Port, right, so Trevor won't play this. Very good from Owen. So it looks like it's really going to be him. What about Ash? Good. Low morale. I'll tell you what, let's play Ash. And then at centre-back, we'll put Dave in. And he can be joined, let's see, good, okay, average. Let's put Barry in. Right, so, yeah. That's pretty good, I think. And then we'll put the last sub on the bench. It's, I can never remember who's the captain, who's next, is it? I think it's Pete and then Alan. Either way, doesn't really matter, I guess. And then the last sub, who should we put on the bench? So we've got a midfielder there, but a defender as well. Covers the centre and the left. Centre midfielder with Adam. Striker. Should we go a bit of a defensive sub? Let's put Stu on the bench. Right. So we should win this. Plymouth aren't doing very well at all. In theory, we should win all 3, but one of them's an away game, and I'm thinking maybe a point there. But, as I said before, minimum of 6 points from 3 games. We should get that, because we're not playing particularly good teams. Pete scored 1-0. Thank you very much. It made me laugh, actually, just before I started these vids. Now, whoa, 2-0, Pete's on a hat-trick, again. Now, I don't make a regular habit of looking to see how many thumbs down or thumbs up my videos get, but I did look at the Championship Manager once because I was a little bit curious, because it's not for everyone, as we all know. And part 1 obviously got a couple. People don't like it. People are angry they weren't in the team. I get it. He scored again. Unbelievable crash test. But part 2 didn't get any. Part 3 didn't. 4 didn't. 5 didn't. 6 didn't. 8 didn't. But 7 got 1. Now I'm thinking, why? You know, maybe we beat a team who somebody supports and they were really annoyed with us. I will never understand thumbing up and thumbing down. I think it should be removed. There's no need for it. And anyone who tries to defend it, honestly, you're fighting a losing battle. Thumbing up, absolutely, great idea. You know, it's good to put on your feed, on your channel feed, so other people can see. I mean, I've discovered new channels and new videos from you guys, you know, liking and watching stuff. So, yeah, I can see how that benefits, but thumbing down, completely unnecessary. And anyone who does it, unless there's obvious legitimate reasons, if it's a really silly video which is maybe, you know, doing something obviously wrong, then that's fine. But I don't know, anyone who does it just for a laugh should be electrocuted. And you can quote me on that. Anyway, let's not make any subs, it's going well. And it's 3-0 at half-time, and we are cruising. And I tell you what, Pete and Crash Test Gaming, got to call him Crash Test because I think he's the only one in the team whose first name I don't know. He might be called Bob. Let's call him Bob. Or he could be Sandra. You never know, do you? Maybe we should start calling him that. Oh, Alan. He was doing pretty well. Right, okay, so they've scored. We'll put Chris Marder Games on for Ben. Let's bring Adam on for Ash. We'll bring Richard on for Crash Test. Triple substitution, 3-1 up. Hopefully we'll get another. Hopefully we don't concede one. This is kind of like it was not the Fleetwood. Morecambe took a 3-0 lead and then they scored 2 and it made it look a lot closer than it should have been. But 3-1, I'll take that. But I wasn't impressed with how that green bar at the bottom there was pretty much completely dominating us. But yeah, 3-1, happy. Oh, a couple of shocks there in the old Premier League. Let's see how the Premier League's doing, actually. Who's top and who's bottom? Man United top? Must be a mistake. It's tight though, isn't it? Look at Chelsea and City. Is that realistic? Kind of. It's not too bad, is it? I mean, Arsenal, maybe that's a reflection of what's going to happen this season. Because they're kind of on the decline a little bit. Well, then again, Liverpool are. I tell you what, Liverpool under Brendan Rodgers, they're not heading up, they're heading down. I can't see that one paying off, but we'll see. Wait and see. In the next few years, he'll have won the Champions League, the bloody Premier League 7 times. And words will come back and bite me. Yeah, and at the bottom of the league. So not too unrealistic, really. Anyway, let's check out Division 1. I won't really dwell on it. You can always spot the team you're looking out for if you support them. Division 2. And there's the bottom there. Coventry, wow. Hard times. Makes me laugh with Coventry. Again, I'll have a little mini rant here because I know not everyone really cares about stuff like this. Coventry City had a really nice traditional stadium called Highfield Road. It didn't look particularly dated, but of course they felt the need, like a lot of clubs do, to build a new stadium like one of these. Look at it like with the bowl arena. It kind of looks the same. Slightly different in the sense that at least it lets light through there, which a lot of other stadiums don't. It's just like a bowl arena. But yeah, it's just kind of bland and soulless. And the old one was really good. And capacity-wise, the old one was only around about 2,000 less. So what a waste of money. And of course, they've done that. And ever since building this new stadium, they've actually gone on the decline, which of course culminated last season in relegation to the 3rd tier of English football. And it's just backfired. Why teams feel the need to build new stadiums is just beyond me. Waste of money. Get a team on the pitch first before you have a nice new stadium. It's ludicrous. Anyway, I got that off my chest. And there we are. YouTube FC. 2 points off the top. 2nd in the league. 1 point advantage over the teams in 4th and 5th. It's going well. And we've got 2 really good fixtures. So we could cement our place at the top of the league here. Attitude problem, Adam. I'll probably look to play Adam, actually. Because I've left him out for a good couple of games. And he has been playing really well lately. Another one of them players who's just come in pretty much from nowhere and made an impression. Look at that. Fabio Capello. Money Capello, as his name should be. I can't believe he's being paid more for the Russian job than he was for the England job. I can't believe he even got the England job. Unbelievable. But again, we still haven't won Manager of the Month. I get the feeling maybe next month we might, particularly if we go top of the league. So that'll be a good start to the year there, January. Speaking of, Happy New Year. 1998. Well, no, it's technically in the game, it's 2013 because all the ages of all the players that you're watching are up to date to their current ages. Right. Auto Windscreen Shield, area quarterfinals, AFC Bournemouth are travelling to the mighty YouTube FC. So, as per usual, how did we get on in the previous match? Everybody played well, apart from Alan. Yeah, so I'll keep that. I will keep Alan in goal. I know what I have been doing, I think for the last 2 auto windscreen games, is playing either Karen or Neil. But the closer we get to the final, the further we get in the competition, the more likely, obviously, our chances increase of winning it. So I want to start playing our best team where possible. So with that said, I will rest a couple of players. That suspension I was talking about does count for this, which is good in a way because I think I'd rather have Sean back for the league game. But like I say, it would be nice to do well in this cup competition. How did Martin do at left back? He did well, so I'll keep him there. Riddler did alright, but let's check his form compared to Craig. So that's good and good. That's good and very good. Good and good as well. That Den, good and okay. So everyone's doing all right. I'm going to put a right back on the bench. Hang on, how did Barry do? Bad man of the match. Well, let's start with Stu, and we'll put Craig on the bench. Good and good. And that is, yeah, see, could go either way, but I think because Craig has played less, he's played 8 games for the first team, 1 for the reserves. And Mark, I think, has just played 20 for the first team, so, and hasn't played any yet for the reserve team. Right, so yeah, I'll do that. Den, good and okay. But like I say, I'll go with good and good there. Midfield is doing all right. I will put a midfielder on the bench. How did Richard do when he came on? He did all right, but I'll put Owen on the bench. What about Ash? Again, 8, really good. So I'll keep Ash in the team. On the right, I will put COD 2 fan. And bring off Chris Marder games and put Adam. I think I said I was going to put Adam on the bench, didn't I? I'll tell you what, Adam, I'll play you in the next game, the league game. For this one, I'll put Pedro on the bench. Now, what about Crash Test? Did he yeah, I mean, this is ludicrous. I'm going to stop being surprised. Because look at them stats. I mean, you can't argue with that. But look at his rating. It's bordering on dreadful. What that means is usually he's getting a rating of 5 or 6. But when he plays well, he really does play well, 2 man of the matches. So it's a weird one. I can't quite work him out. Anyway, let's go with that. Hang on. Very good. All right, yeah. That'll do. We've not made that many changes, but I think we've made enough to get a decent performance from the ones who are playing. Slow start, as per usual. I'll make 1 substitution at half-time, but I have no idea who it's going to be. Again, I'm just going to go on ratings, which I guess is what we usually do anyway. Okay, so half-time, pretty uneventful. I'm going to bring Craig on for Riddler. And let's just keep it like that for a second. We'll start the second half. Ooh. Pete with a chance. Hit the crossbar. Penalty. Oh, my word. Oh, well done. Ash, 81B for you. I think that's your first goal, Ash. 1-0. See, I was justified in playing him. Always make the right calls. Always. Usually. So let's look into making a second sub. I mean, Crash Test isn't playing well. I'm going to leave him out of the next game, but like I say, 9 in 14. You know, I mean, you can't argue with that. I know you're probably looking at it thinking, hang on, this is 13. Well, obviously I'm counting this game. So let's bring Adam on for me. In the middle there. 20 minutes left, maybe a little bit of injury time. Crash Test has scored. Do you know what? Their keeper's just gone off injured, and I didn't see them bring on a sub keeper. Yeah, so we can just rattle the goals in here. What they've had to do, obviously, is put a player in goal. So we can possibly pitch up with another 2 here. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, COD 2 fan comes on. Or comes off, I should say. Pedro comes on. And, yeah, let's see if we can get another one before the end and really rub salt into the wounds. Oh, Pedro nearly scored. "3-0. Nice. Can't argue with that. So there we are. Confirmation. Yeah, good win. Slightly fortuitous in the sense that, like I say, with 20 minutes left, where incidentally we scored twice, their keeper went off injured. So, like I said, a sub player went in, but who cares? That's not our problem. We're through to the next round. Let's see who we've got. Stevenage Borough. Nice little draw, this. Semi-final. And then what I think what happens is you get the area final By the way, by area, I mean it's divided. North and South teams play each other. So yeah, you get the area final over 2 legs, home and away. And then the winner of that goes into the main final, which will be between a Northern and Southern team. So we're nearly there. Final at Wembley, imagine that. That'd be nice. So Sean's back from his suspension, which is good. So I was going to leave Crash Test out, but he got away with it a little bit in the last game because of their keeper getting sent off, and he got an extra goal to his tally. 10 in 14. Anyway, like I say, I'm going to stop being surprised. I'm not surprised anymore. So we're going to have to put Ash on the bench. I mean, Ash has just disappeared from the first team. And who'd have thought that, you know, when he was racking the goals up? Because 22, which is mightily impressive, but must have probably been overtaken by Pete now. Yeah, 23 and 30. I mean, again, absolutely exceptional. So that is, yeah, impressive. Good and good. Good and good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Dave on the bench because it's given these other guys a chance. And the minute that their morale and form drops, I'll put Ash back in. But let's put him on the bench anyway because we don't want players, you know, their morale to drop. Especially when clearly they can score a lot of goals. So we'll gradually bring Ash back into the team. But as long as Crash Test is scoring like this, then the shirt is obviously his. Same with Pete. So just can't make any changes up front there. Let's check the performances. So let's bring Craig off and Riddler. And who else? Everyone else got a 7. Stu and Barry. Yeah, let's leave it for now. I mean, good and okay. Good and okay. Good and okay. Average, so mark out of this one. So let's bring Den back. Again, going on form, really. Craig, good and good. So I guess technically Craig should start there, but I'll have Den starting and Craig possibly coming on in the second half. On the left, Ben did a good job. God, Tufan played well. I mean, everyone kind of played well. How's Ash doing? Well, he scored, didn't he? Been playing well lately, so I'll keep that how it is. Yeah, this is getting difficult because I'm leaving out players who usually would be starting. But that's a good thing for the team. It's a nice problem to have. Bit of a cliche there, managerial cliche coming out. But it's true, I'm starting to understand that now. Right, so should we just go with that? Adam on the bench, Ash on the bench, Owen, Craig. Yeah, let's just do that. And oh Christ, what did I do there? Didn't put a left back on. That was so lucky. Oh, that was unbelievable. Now, Martin, good and okay. Darren, good and very low. But he got a 6, and I've really got to stick by this policy. Well, what I'll do, I'm going to put Ben at left back, and then I'll bring in Sean or Chris. So that's good and good. Good and okay. Right, we'll bring in Chris. No, actually, let's swap them round. So I'll have Chris Mad Games at left back, and Ben can stay on the left wing. So, right. Bristol Rovers, they're not doing very well. 1-0 up. I tell you what, we're flying. Confidence. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 1-0. Good chance by Pete there. It just feels like we're always going to win now. You know, when we start getting a run together, it feels like we're just unbeatable, unbreakable. I think we're going to win the league. Turn of the year, confidence is high, 2-0 up, COD 2 fan scoring. And I think that's COD 2 fan's second goal, actually, so that's good. Good to see. Half time, let's not make any subs, let's just carry on. It's going well. Let's get another one and really put them to the sword. 3-0. Pete again. This is going really, really well. I mean, admittedly, you know, we are playing a team who aren't very good. In fact, all 3 of these teams that we're playing in the league are not that hot. Let's bring Adam on. I'll come off. I'll bring Owen on as well in a second because he hasn't played for a good couple of games. Oh, hit the post. Unbelievable. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. Because he hasn't played for a while now. Let's bring Crash Test off and we'll put Ash on. And then we'll put Owen on for Ash, who's done really well. Again, not as well as the previous game, but still. Ah, straight away. So maybe that wasn't the best substitution to do in the world. Or was it a double sub? Yeah, double substitution. Maybe making too many changes too quickly like that isn't the best thing. Maybe spread them out a little bit, unless we really need to obviously make tactical changes. But they're not going to get back into this. We've won. 4-1. Ash has scored, so he's done his job. He's turned into a bit of a super sub, which is just incredible. Hey, let's get another one. Let's go for 5. High five. There you go. I'm holding my hand out. Give us a high five. Oh, I'll tell you what. We are blitzing everyone. Absolutely blitzing all before us. We are delighted. Well, we know what this means. Top of the league. We are top of the league. Say, we are top of the league. Brilliant. There we are. I mean, there's only a point in it there, but we're creating a nice little gap, you know, from the playoff positions. So we're doing really well. Look at that. And we've taken a while to get there. I mean, I know we were second there, but had a little bit of a dip in form and on the rise again. But it's taken to the 10th of January and the season starts in August, you know, to get to first position. So it's not been easy, but I see we've got a game in hand over Southend, who have started to lose a few games lately. So obviously their confidence is suffering, but not a problem for me. Right then, so AFC Wimbledon, they won last week because when the results were coming through, I was having a cheeky look. So maybe they might have a bit of confidence going into this game, and they are at home. So if they win, they'll be knocking on the door of the playoffs. But come on, we're flying. We are flying. So, tactic-wise, squad-wise, what are we going to do? This is a nice problem to have. Dominated it. Alan. Yeah, we absolutely dominated that, so that is good. It's very hard to leave people out here. It really is. But I might freshen the bench up a bit. Adam came on and did exceptionally well. Ash scored. But I just simply can't change that. That's going really, really well. I might bring Sean Sidious on the bench. Superb foot. I mean, he shouldn't really be out of the squad, but his suspension obviously resulted in COD 2 playing. COD 2 fan. And then COD 2 fan gets a man of match and scores. So, again, I can't really do anything there. I'll tell you what, I'll come out, because I got a 7, which is good, but we'll freshen it up a bit. I'll start with... what's Luke doing? Average. Well, let's start with Christie, and we'll put Luke on the bench. Keep Adam there, because he did get an 8. Then again, I did say... Well, I tell you what, Ash is doing well. So the chances are that he's going to be involved in the next game now. But I will bring in Shock 16... The other Adam. We've got 3 Adams, remember. Adfoot 1, Shock 16, and Interghost. Now, when's Adam number 3 back? Yeah, see? A week. It's gone in quick. What about Woodlin? 4 months, so... Yeah, it's touch and go, but he possibly might be back. Possibly might. Yeah, let's go with that. I mean, we're leaving out a lot of players. Really, I was thinking of bringing Dave back in. Yeah. This is a big problem, but a nice one to have. Let's just go with that. Oh, nearly 1-0 up already. That'd have been good. So like I said at the start, I would have accepted 7 points. That'll be 2 wins, which we've already got, so we can forget about that. And then a point away in this game. Now, there is a chance, obviously, there's always a chance we could lose. But I think, you know, we're playing really well, so I'd be disappointed if we didn't at least get a point. But I'm just thinking to myself, they are a good team. Yep, see, they have scored. They won last week, is what I was going to say. And maybe their confidence is quite high. So, yeah. Oh, that's annoying. Somewhat expected. Oh, I tell you what, I don't know what's going on with the goalkeeping situation. It's a bit silly now. They're having a lot of shots that are just going in. Is it because I'm changing the defence regularly? And I am, to be fair. That might have something to do with it. Maybe we need more of a settled back four. Anyway, let's bring Adam on for Adam. We'll bring Ash on for Crash Test. What I may do is rest Crash Test Gaming. I never thought I'd say that. But yeah, I might just freshen it up a little bit up front. But we'll see. Really need an equaliser. Might have to bring Lukey Wookie on. Because I'm thinking for Christie. Because, you know, with a defensive midfielder in there, when we're losing, maybe that's not the best thing to do. So let's put Luke on. Let's have him pushing forward. In fact, let's push forward a little bit for the goal. We'll go 4-4-2 attacking. And let's see what this can bring. Yeah, just coming up to 10 minutes left. I think we've lost, but there's always chance. Oh, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, we have lost. That was a bit disappointing. Alan kind of somewhat redeemed himself in the second half. Oh, Pete, that is terrible. Lukey Wookie, goodness me, awful. Yeah, that wasn't good. I'm going to have to make a few more changes. A lot of sixes there. I might even look at the goalkeeping situation. Chris Smarter Games will come off. Adam, COD 2 fan. This is what I mean. You know, someone has a really good game and then you play them. And then they follow it up with that. I mean, it's not very good. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. And in a way, again, I've said this before, in a bit of a perverse way, sometimes it's nice to lose. In the sense that it makes it too boring if you're just going to win. Makes it a bit more exciting. And look at that. I mean, 5th place Exeter, 50 points. They're only 3 points off the top of the table. Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just take another look. Yeah, so if Bradford win now, and if Oxford win, they overtake us. But it's not too bad. It makes it exciting. We took the 6 points. You know, we've won 2 out of 3. That was always going to be a hard game based on the fact that they are pushing around the playoff position, and they did win the week before. So, yeah, that was the hardest of those 3 games. But overall, I'm happy. Team form, we're doing really well. Look at our home form. Started off quite shaky, but it's really good now. We're almost invincible. So, yeah, league table, there we are. And at the bottom, Morecambe bottom now. Rochdale, look at that. Up until quite recently, I think they had 1 win, didn't they? Which was against Morecambe. So they're starting to climb. Although they're not really going to get much further than that, I'd imagine. So, yeah, top of the league. It's going well. See you next time.